Hello everyone. In this video, we will see that how we can write the C program to print this particular star pattern. Okay. So what does it mean? So when we execute our C program, our output should look like this. Okay. Basically this. Okay. And for this, what we have to ask from the user. That is one thing. Okay. Output we know we have to print this star. But what should be the output? And the next question is, we have to always print this pattern only or something different also. So the thing is, you should ask from the user that how many rows and how many columns you want to print. What does it mean? So I have told you in my previous video, in the basics of the pattern video, that we have to take care of the rows and column that we have to print. So here you can see, if this is our computer screen, okay, and the same pattern I have printed here, then you can see our computer screen is divided into rows and columns, okay, that I have already told in my basics video of the pattern. Okay, so here you can see there are how many rows? 3 rows. This is row number 1, row number 2, and row number 3. And how many columns? This is column number 1, this is column number 1, this is column number 2, this is column number 3, and this whole is column number 4, right? So one row contains how many star? 4 star. Second row, 4 star. Third row also contains 4 star, right? And each column contains how many star? 3 star. Column number 1 contain 3 star. Column number 2 also contains 3 star. Column number 3 also contains 3 star. And fourth column also contains 3 star. Okay. So you just ask how many rows you have to print. We will say we have to print total 3 rows. How many columns you have to print? 4. Okay. That means 3 4s are 12. In all the 12 cells, you have to print star. Okay. So after entering these things, or after asking the rows and column from the user, your output should come directly like this. Okay, so this is the input from the user. But if you enter, let's say, row 3 and column also 3, then what should be the output? Then you need only 3 rows and 3 columns. So your output should come like this. Okay, not this boundary, only this stars. Okay, so here we have 3 rows and how many columns? First, second, and third. 3 columns. Total 3 columns. Okay, so total 9 stars should be printed. Okay, so it is not like that we have to always print for 3 rows and 4 columns. We can ask the user to print these stars for 3 rows and 3 columns. Okay, rows and column we have to decide. Okay, it is always like obvious that we can't give like row 0 and row column also 0, then nothing will be printed. If you give row 0 and column 0 also, then your program should work, but it will not print because there are no rows and no column. Same way, if you give negative row and column also, like negative, or let's say something different, okay, let's say -2, then also your nothing should be printed. Okay, but we will not go inside that how we have to handle this negative and like invalid input. Okay, that you can take care. We will assume that your input from the user will always be valid and you will print as desired the star pattern. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So before going, let me give you a demo. So if I execute my program, it should ask number of rows. Let's say I ask number of rows equal to 3 and I give number of column, let's say, as 4. Then see, 3 rows and 4 columns, okay, of the star are printed and pattern is printed in that way. Okay, now if I again run my program and if I say 4 rows and let's say 6 column. So you see there are how many rows? 1 row, second, third, fourth, 4 row. Okay, and there will be 6 columns. Okay, so total 6 column, that is 24 stars are printed in this pattern. Okay, that each row contain how many star? 6 star, and each column contain how many star? 4 star. So let's see how we can write the program for this. So as discussed, you will be asked to print this pattern. Okay, and you will be given number of rows and number of columns. Okay, so this is the simple algo to print this pattern. Okay, and here you can see we are asking, okay, ask the number of rows and column from the user. Okay, and then this is the logic to print this type of pattern as per the rows and column given by the user. Okay, rows and column are not fixed, they will be decided by the user. Okay, so how to write this? Okay, and how to understand this code? Okay, so let's see. So as I told you, this patterns thing, they are divided into rows and column. So this is row number 1, this is row 2 and row 3, and this is column 1, column 2, column 3, column 2, column 3, column 4, right? So let's say you have to print this first row. Okay, the same logic that you will apply for the first row, the same logic you will apply for the second row, the same logic you will apply for printing the third row. Okay, so the thing that I told you in my previous video of the basics of the star pattern was that we have to print row wise. First I will go in the first row, then I will go into the second row. Okay, then I will print in the third row, and so on. Okay, so this thing you have to take care. Okay, you have to scan row wise, you have to go row wise. Okay, so in the monitor screen you have to first fill all the star in the first row, then you have to fill the star in the second row, then you have to apply the logic for the printing of the star in the third row. Okay, so let's see. So how you can print the 4 stars. Okay, 4 star means, so in this particular example, how many rows are there? 3, and columns are 4. So in each row there will be some number of stars, and they will be equal to 4 in this example, and 4 is equal to column, so they will be equal to number of columns. So in each row you have to basically repeat this task of printing this star. How many times? Column times, right? So if I give you simple question that you have to print these stars, 4 star, then how you will do? You will just say for I equal to 1, then I less than equal to 4, and I plus plus, and then I will say printf star. Okay, so this program will print this 4 star, and if I say you have to print 5 star, then what you will do? You will say this 5 star. How you will do? You will say, okay, instead of 4 I will apply 5. Okay, and then 5 star will be printed. Okay, but again you do not have to like write 4 5, because this will be hard coded. Okay, you have to make a general program. Okay, that you can also do. Okay, but let's see for this example. Okay, for this example only this 4 star you have to print now. Okay, we are not going in for the generalized program as of now, but we'll see. So 4 star will be printed. Now the same task of printing this 4 star you have to repeat again. Okay, so on the computer screen, okay, on the first row 4 star will be printed. Okay, it will not print everything. Now you have to repeat this task. Okay, this is like one task which is doing what? Printing a row of 4 star, printing a row of 4 star, printing a row of 4 star. Now in the second row also you have to do the same thing, print second row consisting of 4 star. Okay, so this same task you have to repeat again. How you will do? Okay, one time you have to done this, second time also, for second row also you have to do, for third row also you have to repeat this. So let's say if you consider this as some statement x, okay, and you have to repeat this statement how many times? 3 times. Okay, first, second, and third. So you have to repeat this statement how many times? 3 times. And how you can repeat a particular statement? You will apply a loop. Let's say I'm applying a for loop. So I will say for, okay, how many times you have to repeat this? 3 times. So I will say, let's say I will take a variable. Okay, let's say I'll take a variable, let's say I take j. Okay, so j equal to 1. Okay, j less than equal to 3, and j plus plus, and then I say start body and your body. So it start and end here. Okay, and this for loop is inside this. Now here I have used j loop. Here I have used I for the counter thing, right? For tracking the counter. So now here you can do what? Here you can just interchange this I and j. Okay, it has nothing to do with the this program. This program will run perfectly fine, but like there is a convention. If you see in the books also, in the outer for loop they use the I variable, and in the inner for loop they use the j variable. So here also you can use the same thing. Okay, so here you can assume that this 3 is number of rows and this 4 is number of columns. Okay, so for each row, okay, this loop is saying for each row do this task. That means execute this for loop, and when this for loop will execute, it will do what? It will print 4 star. It will print 4 star for I equal to 1, that is first row. Okay, this I equal to 1 means first row. Okay, for first row this thing will be executed and 4 star will be somehow printed. Okay, I'll tell you later how. Okay, then after this thing is done, we will again go here, and then for I equal to 2, okay, then again we'll come here, and then this inner for loop will print again 4 star, because it have to again print 4 star. Then I will come here, and then for I equal to 3, again we will come inside, and this inner for loop will print 3 star, sorry 4 star. Then I will come here, and here this for loop will be like false, because now I equal to 4 will happen, and then this will say 4 less than 3, it is wrong, so my program will terminate, and this output will be printed. Okay, so this loop is running for rows, for counting the rows, that how many rows have been printed, how many rows have been executed. Okay, 3 rows are total, but I is helping us to track the number of rows. I equal to 1, I equal to 2, I equal to 3. Okay, I equal to 1, I equal to 2, I equal to 3. And this inner for loop, which is actually printing the number of stars in each row, it is being tracked by columns, because in each row the number of columns times I have to print star. So j is keeping track of that thing. So j is like this variable. J equal to 1 means first column, j equal to 2 means second column, j equal to 3 means third column, j equal to 4 means fourth column, and this is like I equal to 1 means first row, I equal to 2 means second row, and I equal to 3 means third row. Okay, so this way indexing will be keeping track. Okay, so if somebody asks what is the position of this cell, so you will say 1 comma 1. Okay, the position of this cell 1 comma 2, that means 1 means row number 1 and column 2. Okay, so in general this position is like I comma j. I means row number, j means column number. Okay, now let me run this program. Okay, and let me make you understand again each step by step that how my pattern will be printed. So this is the program snippet that will print these stars, okay, or this pattern according to number of rows and column. Okay, so you can ask from the user the rows and columns. Okay, and then you have to execute this code. Okay, so this loop is running row number of times, and this loop, inner loop, is running column number of times. Okay, this loop will print the stars. Okay, the stars in each row. Okay, this will print the stars in each row, and how many stars it will print? Column number of times. So if row equal to 3 for this example, and column equal to 4. Okay, here columns are 4, row and 3. Okay, so this row will be taken as 3, column will be 4. So this loop will print 4 stars in each row, in each row, in each row. And how many times this inner for loop will be executed, that will be decided by this outer for loop. So this outer for loop is saying row number of times you have to repeat this, right? And if row is 3, that means 3 times you have to repeat this inside body. So 3 times this printing will be executed. So first time, second time, and third time. For 3 rows it will be executed. Okay, so let's see how it will be executed. So after asking the rows and column from the user, now control will come here. Now I equal to 1. Okay, then I less than 3. Okay, 1 is less than 3. Okay, so this is row number 1, row number 2, row number 3. Okay, these are rows, and these are column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is your computer screen. Okay, so I equal to 1, that means row number 1, you can say. Okay, and you say your current your current row number, that is 1, it is less than your 3. Yes, you are here currently, right? So you will say, okay, I am okay. Okay, I'm not crossing the boundary of the number of rows. Okay, so I will come here. So for I equal to 1, that is for row number 1, I will execute this, and this inner for loop will be saying, okay, j equal to 1. Okay, so j equal to 1, and then 1 is less than 4. Okay, that means I am here. Okay, because this is j, this is I, current I and j are these. Okay, current I is 1, j is 1. Okay, so your column number, that is 1, is less than 4. Yes, so I will come here and I will print the star. I will print the star. Now after printing the star, this cursor will automatically go here. Okay, then I will again say j plus plus, that is j is now this 2. Okay, now 2 is less than 4. Yes, column number 2 is also less than 4. So again I will execute this. I will print this star, and my cursor will go here, right? Then I will say j plus plus, right? So j will come here. Now j is 3. So I is 1. J is just getting incremented. Okay, so 3 is less than 4. Yes, so again I will print. Okay, now cursor will come here. Okay, so j plus plus, j plus plus means 4. So now 4 is less than equal to 4. Yes, it is equal to 4. So I will print this star. I will print this star. My cursor will come here. Now I will come here, j plus plus. Now j is 5. Now j, that means column number 5, is less than your asked column 4. Okay, so you do not have to print anything here. Okay, so now my current j is greater than my this column limit. Okay, so I will not execute this. Okay, I will come out of the body of the for loop is this one. Okay, I will come here. Now if you do not have to print anything, then what you have to do? Basically, next time you have to print star here. You do not have to do anything here, right? But one thing you have to print. Before printing star here, you have to move this cursor here. How you can do? With the help of new line. So you will say printf/n. So this will move the cursor from this line to the next line, right? So this will come here. Simple. Now after this, you can go here. Okay, so in this for loop, this initializing was done, this condition was done, then this thing happened. Now where I will come here? I will come in updation. Okay, in the return journey. Okay, so for the first row, I have printed all the star. Now I plus plus, that means for the second row, I will again do the same thing. First I will test the condition. If my this current row number is not crossing the rows, right? So I will say, okay, 2 is less than 3. Yes, my current row, I am in the second row. I am in the second row. Now my I is not here. My second row is less than 3. Okay, so I am within the limit of the row. Okay, so for second row, again I will come here and I will do the same thing that I did for the first row. Again, I will do the same thing again. Again, I will say, okay, for I equal to 2. Okay, now this all things are invalid. Okay, and now again I will say j equal to 1. Again, column number 1, because I have to start from here. This is like 2, 1. Coordinates are 2, 1. You can say 2 is row. Current row is 2, column number 1. Okay. So for second row, again I have to start from the j equal to 1. That is column number 1. Okay. And let's say if column is this 4. So this will again execute 4 times. Okay. So this will again execute 4 times. 1 less than 4, print star. Okay. Then my cursor will go here. Then j plus plus. Okay. Then j is like my 2. Okay. 2 less than 4. Then star. Okay, then again j equal to 3, then again 3 is less than 4, again star. Okay, so same way it will print all this star. After it has printed here, okay, after this is printed, then my j will be 5. 5 less than 4, it is wrong. My column number is being crossed. Okay, so I will stop and I will come here. So my cursor will come here with the help of this /n. Okay, because if I come here, printf/n, my cursor will come here, right? So for second row also, I have done everything. For second row, I have done everything. I have not used this I variable inside this inner for loop because this I just keep track of the number of rows. Okay. Now after this, again I will go here and I will do same I plus plus for I equal to 3. Now again this 3 is less than equal to 3. It is within the limit. So for third row, again I will do the same thing. Again j will start from 1 only, right? This you have to take care. J have to start from 1 only and it will go for j equal to 1, j equal to 2, j equal to 3, j equal to 4, j1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I will remain constant, but j will be incremented with the help of this inner for loop. And all my star will be printed. Okay, when my cursor will come here, okay, after printing the 4 star, I will say j plus plus, j is 5. 5 is less than 4. I will say wrong. I will come here and I will say printf/n. /n will print /n, that means move the cursor to the next line. Okay, but after this I do not need to do anything. I need not to print fourth row. I do not have to print. Why? Because I said only 3 rows I need. Okay, I do not need anything in the 4th row. So my program should halt. It should stop. So see, after this I will go here. I will say I is now 4. I is now 4. But 4 is not less than or equal to 3. Right? 4 is greater than 3. So this outer for loop will be now false. So I will come out of the body of the outer for loop. That means here. And here nothing is there. It will be like return 0. Okay. And then my program will end. Simple. So all these stars will be printed. This pattern will be printed. And then my program will be over. Okay. So I hope you have understood that how this program will be executed. Okay. So you can pause the video, try to understand by yourself. You rerun this video and try to understand again. And in 1 or 2 or in the third attempt, you will be able to understand fully this example. Okay. This is very easy. Okay. So now let me show you this program in the VS Code. So this is our program. Okay. So enter number of rows. number of columns, okay, and then we have to print, okay, the same program, okay. So let me run this program. So if I enter number of rows 3, number of column as 4, you see, 3 rows and 4 columns are printed. If I say 4 again, 4 row and let's say 4 column only, okay, then 4 row and 4 column, that is a square basically are printed, right? The same way you can try for other thing. Let's say if you say row 0 and column 0, then nothing will be printed. See, nothing is printed because, see, if you print 0 0, then for the first time only this outer for loop will be false, because 0 is sorry, I is 1, why 1 is less than, row is 0, okay, that is entered by user. So 1 is less than 0, it is already false, so it will not come inside and it will just say return 0, so nothing will be printed. Same way if you give negative value for row, nothing will be printed. In same way if you give, let's say, positive value for row, okay, but negative value for column, okay, or 0 value for column, okay, then also this column loop will not run, right? Because if you give negative value, any negative value, it will be like lesser than 1, okay. So in that case, 1 less than equal to negative value, it will be like false, so nothing will be printed, okay. So this is also taking care of the invalid inputs also, okay. If you have any comment suggestion, please write down to the comment box. Please like, share this video. See you in the next video with the another pattern. So till then, goodbye.